Hello, friends. Welcome to Vocab with Nikunj. And those people who are planning to apply for SSC CGL exam, please do it today because today is the last date to apply for this exam. और जिन लोगों ने CGL का फॉर्म नहीं भरा है, प्लीज भर लें. आज लास्ट डेट है 3rd of May को. और चलिए देखते हैं आज का एनालिसिस क्या है इंडियन एडिटोरियल का. तो इट टॉक्स अबाउट अ गुड divorce on the Supreme Court of India's ruling. So Supreme Court has given a ruling, okay, about divorce in India, and let's see the details. Irretrievable. Irretrievable means impossible to recover, which cannot be recovered, okay, which cannot be overcome. So there's a breakdown, okay, and which kind of breakdown? Irretrievable breakdown means such a breakdown which cannot be recovered. All right. So if marriage has been broken down, okay, if the separation has taken place, so that is uh, uh, sorry, uh, if marriage if the nature of marriage is such that the breakdown is impossible to recover, then there should be a ground for divorce without considering the time and all. We see the details of time and all below. Okay, and it says not all marriages are happy, means all marriages are not necessarily happy, and not all divorces are unhappy. The Indian perception, according to Indian perception, divorces are not good for marriages. Okay, if we talk to our parents, our grandparents, they will mostly say that they will have a perception that divorces are not good for marriage, in marriage. Okay, but Hindu is saying not all divorces are unhappy, means divorces can be happy also. Okay, that is what it says. And for those who want to opt out of a bad marriage, those people who want to get away from a bad marriage, get out of a bad marriage, this ruling of Supreme Court on Monday on divorce, it will be seen as a good move. Means they'll see it in good light. Okay, leaning on the guiding spirit of Article 142(1). What does lean means? Means they are basing it on the Supreme Court is basing their ruling on this guiding spirit. Okay, of the of Article 142(1) of the Constitution to do complete justice in any cause or matter. So what is this Article 142(1) says? It says that complete justice should be given or should be done in any cause or matter. Alright. A constitution bench said it could use this extraordinary discretionary power to grant divorce. Okay. So this constitution bench, it said that it could use this extraordinary. What is extraordinary? Means, something other than ordinary, something extra from the ordinary, something which is not ordinary. Okay. So this power is not ordinary. It's something unusual. All right. And which kind of power is this? It is discretionary power. Discretionary means that you should be able to decide on your own. Okay. As per your mentality. Okay. You should take the decision from your own thoughts. Okay. That is discretionary. Okay. To what is this power will be used to? It will be used to grant divorce by mutual consent. Okay, so mutual consent will be taken from the couples, and then divorce will be granted. Which couples who are trapped in bitter marriages? Bitter means something which is not good, good in nature. Okay, so it also aims to spare couples. What do you mean by sparing couples? Means leaving couples. Okay. uh, so what will they leave it out of? It will leave them out of the agony and misery. Agony means intense feelings of suffering, means somebody who is suffering, means well, suffer is simple, right? And he's being caused acute or physical pain. So from this agony and misery mean bad conditions. So from this agony and misery, the couple will be spared. Okay, so they will be left off. All right. Okay. Of waiting 6 to 18 months for a local court to annul it. Okay. So what happened before was that couples had to wait for 6 to 18 months before getting divorced from a court. Okay. Court would say that you take some time, see if it can settle, and then you come to us. So Supreme Court's ruling has said that they did not wait for this much time. If the marriage is irretrievable, if the breakdown is irretrievable, means it cannot be recovered, then you come to us and we can grant you uh, divorce instantly. All right. So the next word is annul. Annul means declared invalid. Okay. So that means marriage is declared invalid, means it divorce is there. All right. Divorce has taken place. As stipulated under section 13 BS. Stipulated means written over here of the Hindu Marriage Act, the bench, headed by Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, observed that the law of divorce, okay, he observed that the law of divorce is built on assigning false, okay. So this law of divorce is built predominantly, means built majorly, okay. A majority of which is built on assigning false, and it fails to serve broken marriages, okay. So the point that some marriages or some divorce cases which are brought to court should be given time, it's built on assigning false, and it fails to, it does not serve broken marriages. It probably makes them worse. All right. It pointed out that if a marriage is wrecked beyond hope, wreck means smash or break forcefully. That means if something is destroyed beyond hope, okay, if the marriage is destroyed beyond hope, public interest lies in recognizing this fact, right? Simple. Not upholding a marriage status regardless of the conditions which are there, a marriage status should not be upheld. Okay, divorce should be given. And the court said it could use Article 142 to quash pending criminal or legal proceedings. Okay, so court can use Article 142 to quash. Quash means, nullify. I think. 1 second, let me check. Put down by force, declare invalid. So quash and annul means the same thing. Okay. So court could use Article 142 to declare invalid any pending criminal or legal proceedings, okay, be it over domestic violence, dowry against a man or woman. So they can declare them invalid. And continuing in this strain, what does strain mean here? Strain means difficulty that causes worry or emotional tension. All right. So anything, any difficulty, okay, so continuing in this difficulty means this difficulty is being continued, and it further says that Supreme Court could grant divorce on the ground of an irretrievable breakdown of marriage, which I've already explained above. If the separation is inevitable, inevitable means something which is bound to happen, okay, which cannot be avoided. So if the separation has to happen, why wait for 6 or 18 months, right? Divorce should be given instantly. And the damage is irreparable, means that damage cannot be repaired. And it further says under the Hindu Marriage Act, irretrievable breakdown of marriage is not yet a ground for divorce. So Hindu Marriage Act says that a cause, there are grounds for divorce, okay, and one of the irretrievable breakdown of marriage is not yet a ground for it's not a ground for divorce. It should be a ground for divorce. That's what the Supreme Court is saying. In his judgment, there was a word of caution, okay, that the grant of divorce would not be a matter of right, but a discretion which is to be exercised with great care. Now, discretion which already studied above, okay. So, in this judgment, there was a word of caution. That means, Supreme Court has said that it will not be a matter of right. That nobody can come and say that it's my right and give me divorce in just 1 month or 2 months. Okay, it is a discretionary power which court has to exercise with great care in selective cases, and keeping in mind that complete justice is done to both parties, and they have to keep in mind that justice is done to both husband and wife, and several factors will be considered by the Supreme Court before invoking Article 142 in matrimonial cases. So there will be several factors, a number of factors which Supreme Court will see before invoking. Invoking means making it active. Okay, all right. And in matter, including duration of marriage, period of litigation, that means how long the cases are going on, the time the couple has stayed apart, Okay, the time the husband and wife are staying separately, the nature of pending cases, right, and attempts at reconciliation. Like, what is reconciliation? In accounts, reconciliation is when amounts match, right? But here, the in divorce cases, in this editorial, the word reconciliation means re-establishing of cordial relations, means the normal relationships, recovery of normal relationships, the way a normal husband and wife would talk, so attempts for those. The court will have to be satisfied that the mutual agreement to divorce was not under coercion. Okay, court has to be satisfied. Court, attempts have to be made from the couple to the court that mutual agreement is not under coercion. Coercion means, if you are putting a gun on my head and saying that, sign on this and do something, so that would be coercion. All right. In India, while divorces have doubled in number over the past 2 decades, so in India we can see that divorces have doubled in past 20 years. The incidence of divorce is still at 1.1%. That means, despite the fact that the number of cases have doubled, divorce taking place is only 1.1%. Okay, with those in urban areas making the largest proportion. That means urban people are taking more divorces. All right, and but the divorce number do not tell us the whole story. These numbers do not tell us the whole story. They have something else to say. There are many women, particularly among the poor. There are poor women, okay, who are not very good in terms of earnings and assets, who are abandoned or deserted. All right, so there are many poor women who are abandoned, means they are left alone. Okay, deserted means Registan in Hindi, and desert as a verb means leave someone who counts on you, okay, who is dependent on you. So leave. So many women are there who are poor and they are deserted. And census 2011 revealed that the population which is separated is almost triple the divorce number. So that means that there's a part of population which is separated, which lives separated, okay? And that is triple the divorce number, means not all couples who are getting separated are getting divorced, okay? Which is a painful situation because if you're not divorced and you are still, bound to a marriage, then things will not be normal for you. Okay. In a country which is largely poor, where gender discrimination is rife means something which is very common. Okay. So gender discrimination is very common in India. And if somebody is staying as a single mother, many, doubts are casted on her, and she cannot live very, freely in our society. And many women who are still not financially independent. And the court's stress on care and caution and not to rush into a quick divorce must be welcomed. Okay, so keeping all these factors in mind, this step of uh, this step of court that is stressing on care and caution and not rushing into a quick divorce, it must be welcome as per Hindu. And finally, it says, after all, marriage equality is not a reality for all. That the fact that marriage is equal and it is not the case for all. So that's the editorial, and let me know how did you feel about this session, and which words did you learn, any new words which you have learned, or any interesting word which you saw. So that is all, and thank you for watching. If you want to improve your vocabulary like this, you can click here and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.